What is up, everybody? It's Big Zach. Um, it's been a while since I've made a video, which is not uncommon. If you're subscribed to the channel, you know that. Figured I would come on here, give you guys a little bit of a life update, and show you some of the stuff I got at Muletown. It's been kind of a whirlwind since my last video. It's probably like October that I made my last video. I had planned on making one sooner, of course. I'd planned on doing one around Christmas that was going to feature some information about Krampus and talk about my Manfred Hortig hand-carved Krampus pipe. I don't know if you're going to be able to get as good a detail as what it deserves. But is this a phenomenal pipe? Surprisingly, I'm yet to smoke it. I had planned on only smoking it on Krampus night, but I did not. And then for those of you who don't know, Manfred Hortig passed away recently. I guess it's been probably a couple months, but still. Loss of a great pipe maker. Around the same time, I also I lost my father, which has been difficult and kind of drained me from the want to really make any videos or, do a lot of things. But thankfully, I've got some great friends that have helped me through it. My girlfriend's helped me a lot through that. And I'm not just saying that because she's now subscribed to my channel, but everybody's been great. So, enough of the sad stuff. We have a snow day today. It's St. Patrick's Day, which snow in East Tennessee in the middle of March is crazy. I'm not upset about it. Every snow day is a good snow day. So I was like, well, I've done the dishes, I've went grocery shopping, let's make a video. So, on my way down, first off, I went to Muletown, which was, I don't know, last weekend, I think. Great time, as always. Met some cool people. Went down with my buddy Justin. He is Flintlock Piper on here. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He's got mostly Flintlock stuff and trains right now on his channel, but he is a pipe smoker. We had a great time. So on the way down, I'd been debating on buying some new tobacco. If you've been to Muletown or any pipe show, let me scoot this back some. You know how it is whenever I want to save my money in case there's something crazy at the pipe show. And I tried to do that, and I failed miserably. I still had enough money, as you'll see, for the pipe show, but spent way too much money there. Anyway, before then, I had been watching on Instagram the Ravenwood Fine Provisions tobacco company. So, the blend I had specifically been wanting is Brandywine Bridge. Okay, it is flavored with like Japanese plums and caramel. Obvious Lord of the Rings reference. If you know, you know. And I got it and was kind of blown away by how great it was. And I couldn't just buy 110 of something. I wanted to try a few things. And catching his stuff before it goes out is like impossible unless you're just hovering over the button, which is what I had to do. I had to keep refreshing. Thankfully got a couple tins. So I got that one. I got mousse marmalade, which is like marmalade flavor. And then I got his homage to Frog Morton. Um, and man, are they all good. This Frog Morton tribute is an old style English with Cyprian Latakia, Oriental Virginia Burley, and toasted Cavendish. And this is pretty much all I smoked at Muletown. I had the other tins with me. I also had a little bit of Sutliff Maple Shadows, which is almost a daily smoke. And then a little bit of the Gatlin Burlier Newfound mixture. Okay, but once I opened this tin, because I waited till I got down there to open this, and man, this is all I smoked. Okay, now let's talk about some of the stuff that I bought while I was down there. Okay, first off, I have like a growing collection of Larry Blackett tampers. Okay, he does all kinds of cool stuff. Here's some ones I've gotten in the past, like a skeleton breaking out of a coffin. We've got the Egyptian. We got the Egyptian skull. He's on an obelisk that is carved. These are all made out of pewter. And I have Dracula with his cape outstretched. This is the first one I bought, and I bought it from was it Low Country Tobacco, which is the brick and mortar for smoking pipes in Myrtle Beach. So I got it. And I was looking for a specific tamper this time. I was looking for the Merlin, and I couldn't find it. And I asked Larry. Larry's always a great guy to talk to. I asked Larry if he had it, and he was like, "I'm not sure." And I pulled up I was looking around, and we couldn't find it. Neither one of us could find it. So I got Gandalf, and you're not going to be able to see how highly detailed he is, but man, his Larry's stuff is just so cool. He's on a it's almost like a drinking horn that he's on, just from the texture. But I finally found a picture of Merlin the Magician and showed him, and he walked straight to it. I think it was the only one either there or left. But I got Merlin the Magician. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of wizards, and that's something thanks to my dad. Wizards and dragons and skulls and things like that. But he's of course holding his crystal ball with his staff. Awesome, big old bushy Merlin eyebrows, big flowing cape. Oops, sorry. I was looking at it, but not paying attention to what you were looking at. Like I said, it's hard to tell the detail on here, but man, I'm pretty sure his stuff. You can order his stuff directly from him on his Instagram, or I think you can also get them at smokingpipes.com now. But awesome stuff. I'm starting to have way too many tampers because he always makes the coolest stuff, and I'd like to get the Lord of the Rings set eventually. But yeah, I think he's Buttons for Your Britches on Instagram. You can find his stuff. Now, those are my first purchase, okay, at the pipe shop. And then, yeah, I walk around. I tried to make a loop first before I bought anything. And I was towards the end of my loop, and this guy had a Bones specimen, and I'm a big Bones fan. And this was a Halloween specimen. Okay, I'm a big, obviously, Halloween person. Since my channel is supposed to be about monsters, and I feel like I've not made a monster video probably since the first one. But regardless, I saw this one. I remember seeing it on Facebook when Chris posted it in the Bones fan page. And I wanted it then, but it was already claimed. And went up to this guy's table and looked at it, and I was like, I recognize this. And he goes, yeah, well, I've got $40 on it if you want it. And I was like, let me make a loop and think about it. and I'll come back to you. He's like, yeah, man, no problem. Uh, I got like 3 tables away and turned around and came back and gave him $40 for the Frankenbones. Let me see if I can scoot you guys a little bit. I'll probably have to scoot you this way. You can't really tell that he's green. He's got the neck bolts, and if I turn it this way, then you can see his neck bolts. Oh, there we go. If I hold it up to the wall, you can see a little bit better. But it's like a greenish brown rotting flesh color. Of course, has this awesome little gnarly spot in it. Very fitting. Cool little straight pipe. I mean, I love bones stuff, and I usually keep one in the car. And this, whenever I saw this, I was like, man, a Frankenstein pipe. I can't pass this up. And it's the what year was this? It says Frankenbones Halloween 2024. So, I'll try to post pictures of these on my Instagram. That way you guys can see a little bit better detail on these things, get some of the color. I'm not super professional with this stuff, as you guys know. All right, let's get on to the bulk of my purchase. Not my big purchase, but what I purchased the most of. Let me scoot these Ravenwood tins out of the way. Those have been jarred, by the way. I'm not just keeping them in the tin. Now, from that same vendor, I was walking around and came back and finally started looking at his tobacco. And Justin, Flintlock Piper, he got some. It was Maltese Falcon, great blend, and it had. It was over 10 years of age on it, and I was like, dude, that's unbelievable. Like, I can't believe you got this. And of course, I go back and I was like, I've got to have some. We cracked the tin open and tried it. It was incredible. And I went back to buy some, and he didn't have any more. But he did have some Sutliff blend of. Gosh, sorry. I tried to open the window so it would be a little bit easier for you guys to see. But plum pudding, but it's the bourbon barrel. Okay, bourbon barrel aged plum pudding. I'm not sure how to date this. If it's this 15009, I think it's just the tax stamp. I don't know. But I noticed it had some stuff on the bottom, and I thought, okay, that's just schmutz on the bottom. And then I got in the car and shook it, and it sounded dry. And I opened it up, and I realized it's a hole in the bottom. You can see the light coming through it, and it was pretty rusted. As I spill tobacco all over my laptop, it's obviously pretty rusted. Smells good though, but the show must go on. I just jarred it. The rust hadn't really spread through anything, so I still haven't had a chance to smoke it. I'd planned on making this video last week, but I had caught the plague. So whenever I was buying this, I didn't even originally ask about the plum pudding. I had asked about this English Arrow for $1 in just a regular bag, and I said, "Hey man, it's sealed, like a sealed bag." But I was like, "Hey man, what's this English Arrow?" He goes, "I don't know, but for $1, it's yours." He goes, "Actually, you know what? Just take it," because everybody was passing it up, and which is crazy to me. Like, if something's $1, I'm probably gonna buy it, especially at a pipe show. If there's tobacco for $1, I'm grabbing it. So English Arrow for $1 ended up being free just because I talked to the dude for a minute. I'd already bought the Bones pipe. So yeah, I mean, can't wait to crack that open, folks. Next, a couple. I got A little bit of Missouri Meerschaum. I don't know if this was like their yeah, their 150th, yeah, their 150th anniversary tobacco. Yeah, I got some of that. It smelled great at the Missouri Meerschaum thing booth. That's what I think most people call them. Got a tin of that. Whenever I first got into smoking, um, as more than just let me see how fast I can get through this bowl in a Dr. Graybo, and I actually started like searching out tobaccos based on flavor profiles. I think I would like. I love berry, dark fruit, um, those kind of aromatics. In fact, that's pretty much all I steer toward now, unless it's in English. Like I'm getting more into English and Periques and stuff like that in the past few years. But if I'm getting an aromatic and it says anything about berries or dark fruit, there's a chance I'm going to try to grab it up. Um, and this is one of the first blends I remember buying like a tin of from Pipes and Cigars. At the time, I didn't know really much about tobacco. I just thought this sounded good, and it's the Old Shenandoah Appalachian Berry. It is blended by Lane Limited, so Scandinavia Tobacco Group. It's They don't make this anymore. I think they've pretty much. I think this was like a house blend, and I have been looking for this for a while. These two tins. Yep, both made in 2018. Probably the last year they made it, because I remember they had Appalachian Berry and then they switched to Appalachian Harvest, which was similar but not the same. I got a tin from my mom whenever I bought her a pipe once, and it just wasn't the same. And I go by this guy, and he's got. It was the end of the day. I was like, man, I need to take one more pass just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And he wasn't even the guy I was going to. Um, the guy who had these, and it was $15 a tin, and one of them was sitting right on top, and I was like, no way. Like, this is meant to be. I went back over and dug through that box, which I'd already dug through once before that day and didn't see any of this. And there's two tins, and I was like, excellent. So I'll probably crack one for old time's sake, and then put the other one in the cellar, maybe. I don't know. I've got enough tobacco open right now. So I thought that was pretty cool. The guy was kind of rude that was selling the tins. And I was like, dude, I've been looking for this for years. Like, this is one of the first blends that got me into smoking. And where I could, like, actually taste stuff aside from tongue bite. And he just kind of gave me the. And then I reluctantly handed him my money, and then he changed his tune and was like, "Oh man, I'm glad I could have some for you." So he was at least cool by the time I left. Next, Muletown. I took Will Bill's advice from last year and went down. We went down Friday night, stayed for the hangout, and then did all day Saturday, and pretty much left at the end of the day Saturday. But going down the night before, technically the night before, I ended up getting some of the Muletown mixture. I've not cracked it yet, but they had an open tin there, made by Cornell and Deal. They had an open tin there, and I got a whiff of it, and yeah, I mean, it smells great. It's got, what's it got in this? Oh, it's got 6 Virginias and 3 Burleys, including an 18-year-old, no longer available Green River Valley leaf. Says notes of vanilla, cocoa, and molasses. This is tin number 8 of 288, and then tin number 14 of 288. So, pretty awesome there. I didn't realize they were numbered. I guess I should have. I feel like Cornell and Deal numbers all of their blends now. There's no just stuff they put out. It's all numbered. Then I went back to Missouri Meerschaum's booth, and I got some Party Line. Great smelling stuff. I don't think this is considered an aromatic. But it had a great smell to it. What's it got in it? Burley, Cavendish, St. James Perique. Ah, here we go. Topped with subtle notes of peaty scotch and a hint of cocoa. Great smelling stuff. I bought 1 tin of that, but I bought 3 tins from them total. Oh, that is from 2023. You're not gonna be able to see that, but I'm supposed to hold it the right way. It's from 2020. It's from 2023. And so are these other two, I believe. Yep, these other 2 tins are from 2023. They got a little bit of a poof on them, which is great. Now, this one I bought 2 tins of, and it's this Luminaire. And, man, I don't even know how to describe the smell on this. It was kind of like a hoppy beer. It's got Red Virginia's, Cavendish, Catarini Orientals. I think I said that right. Who knows? And then Perique. But my God, the smell on this. They didn't have 3 tins out at the time, but if they would have, I would have just bought 3 tins of that. They had a deal for it if you buy 3 tins. Sucker for a deal. So I got the Party Line instead. And then, of course, as soon as I walk away, he stocks more of the Luminaire. But that's cool because I didn't need 3 tins of the same stuff. Spread your variety out. So met some cool guys. It was a dad and his son. I think the son had just turned 21, maybe he was 20. Mike and Michael. They are on Pipe Magazine forum. I think it's Whiffbane and Whiffbane 2. But they were cool guys. The dad stopped some guys. We had been standing in line to get in the day of the show for quite some time. And some guys kind of run up to the front of the line and act like they're talking and then try to cut in as soon as they say we can go. And they stopped them, which was great. Because it's like, dude, everybody else is standing here waiting. So we sat down, and his son, Mike's son, Michael, had a 4th generation hat. And I think I made a video a while back about how I got all those tins of 4th generation. That's like the vanilla and blackberry, and they were from 2014 to 2015. And I saw the hat, and I had a tin with me that I was like, man, I really would like to trade this with somebody, if the opportunity arises. Well, Mike reaches in his bag after we've been talking for a while, like we sat down with him at the table. He reaches in his bag and pulls out this Sutliff crumble cake for Missouri Meerschaum. It's number 896 of 1800, and it's their Orchard Mist. So it's a peach tobacco. And he cracked it open and let me smell it. Because he's like, I brought this just to share. Good God. Was it good? He let me grab a bowl of it and my big purchase from Muletown, which I'll show you in just a second. But, I mean, it tastes like you were drinking peach juice. And I was like, he had said he had a few tins of it. And I said, dude, would you be willing to trade this tin? And he's like, well, I just got a bowl out of it. And I'm like, that's cool. Would you be willing to trade this? I said, if not, that's fine, man. I'll let you smell this other tin that I got. If you want it, I'd be more than willing to trade. And he did. So thank you, Mike and Michael. It's Burley's and Virginia's. It's a crumble cake, and man, it's so good. If you see some, grab it. There's a chance I'd buy it off of you. All right, now for my big purchase. Thanks to Will Bill, who is now on Rumble instead of the YouTube police state. Sorry for the cut. I had a phone call. Um, so before we got in there, I looked at Justin and said, "Dude, there's one table I got to go to, and it's Grunwald Pipes of Old because his stuff's gonna sell out fast. He's got some of the best looking pipes. I've been wanting one of his Lord of the Rings style pipes. So I go up to the table and I grab the particular pipe I'm about to show you. I'd already seen it the day before on um, Instagram. Loved it. I wasn't sure if it's the one that I wanted because there was also like an Orc Dark Wizard pipe, which is a little bit longer than this one. This is a Ranger pipe. But I went up and Paul was very cool guy. Talked to everybody about, hey, this is what this is, and this is what this is, and this is this series, and he was talking about how he had a pipe there that wasn't for sale that he's taken to Chicago to show that he's a real pipe maker. But man, his work is so good. The fact that somebody could not think of him as a real pipe maker blows my mind. Um, so I looked at this particular pipe. At the end of the day, I do this thing where I flip a coin if it's a big purchase to try to help me make my decision on yes, I'm going to buy this. No, I should probably wait. Um, and I had some money put back, obviously just for the pipe show, but I'd also had some money that Dad had left me. Not very much. Not that that matters. Um, and thankfully, I was in a position to where I could make a purchase like this um, with his help. So the last present from my dad is my Ranger. It's partially we got like some side rustication going, and the nothing I can do light wise is going to do this pipe any justice. That might have helped a little bit. Um, it is a beautiful pipe. Paul joked whenever I went up there. He said, "Dude, you've been here 3 times and picked this pipe up every time. I think that means you have to buy it." And I couldn't decide between this pipe and one from his Emberling series, and he was like, "Just buy both." And I was like, "Brother, if my bank account would allow me to buy both, I absolutely would." But this is the one that I went with. Of course, it's funny. My dad and I had looked at these pipes, and I had gotten him into smoking a pipe um, a few years ago, and he was like, "Oh man, this stuff's so cool. This stuff's so cool." Every time we'd look at it. So, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Paul. Uh, he also gave me a little bit of. I might have been the last purchase of the day. I don't know. He gave me a little bit of uh, Hobbit weed pipe tobacco that I think he was like blending for just himself. He let me choose between a couple, and man, this it's like a cherry vanilla thing. And he also got me a T-shirt, um, which was awesome. So yeah, that's Muletown. It rained like crazy, which I think is just like the thing now with Muletown is it's just gonna rain. Expect it to rain. Hopefully it won't next year. Hopefully I get to see more of you next year. Um, I say this at the end of every video, but I hope to be making more consistent videos. That's my goal. Um, sorry, I'm looking at my plunder here. Like I said, man, check out some of these people on Instagram, like Buttons for Your Britches for the cool tampers. The Briar Fellowship does the uh, Ravenwood Provisions. Great stuff. Um, Nobody else is local. Nobody else needs a plug. Of course, pipes of old. Man, I can't. Two of my two dream pipes I've had are these Grunwald pipes, and then a Manfred Hortig. And if you frequent the Gatlin Burlier, you've seen Manfred's stuff. So I'm glad I've got one of his. Um, my buddy got one of the Hester pipes. He's already got a rod freehand. But like this, they were tables right close to each other. Man, that Hester pipe is a hoss. Looks great. Uh, so yeah, and now I can put my Ranger pipe in my. Um, I can't remember what the name of this company is, but it's my Fellowship pipe stand, which is pretty awesome. But anyway, smoke some good stuff. If you got any tobacco recommendations or monster recommendations for me to make a future video on, let me know. I needed a Bigfoot video, I guess. Maybe that'll be a good springtime thing to do. A Bigfoot video. I don't know how to end this thing. It's been so long since I've done one. I don't remember how I used to end them. Probably I'm Big Zach. I don't know. Thanks for watching. This is why I'm not a TV personality. But anyway, take it easy.